Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going over all the little Easter eggs during the event that you may have missed and all the nitty-gritty details. So first off, we saw the cube get introduced, which was the Blevin blue cube, which was introduced, which put a force field around us to protect us during the start of the event. Many of you probably saw this, and if you looked away from your screen or were too busy trying to talk to someone in an Xbox Live party or some sort of chat, you may have missed this little cutscene, so I just thought I'd add it in just in case you did miss it. Probably not though. Then I decided to damn myself. Well, that didn't really work too well. For some reason, it revived you. So I thought, why not try this with someone that's down from height? So I thought, let's carry them and see if they can revive themselves in my arm and see if they fade out and are unable to watch the event. So we carried this person over to this corner so no one else would revive them, and to see if this was the case, we were about to check out if this myth would have been solved during the event, and no, it just auto puts them down on the ground and revives them. So it was impossible to get eliminated during the event at this stage when weapons and guns were added. So after that was the case, the event did start up and everything was going to flow. You could harvest a bunch of materials in here, but not everything could be harvested. You would also could get up to 100 wood, brick and metal, but only up to 100. Building was enabled, and also guns were given to you for the interactive experience on the lead up and during the start of the event, as you can see here. The guns themselves didn't really do much damage. You could literally not shoot anything and it would still go the same way. But obviously it gives that immersive experience where you're experiencing the game. Now, just before we get any further into this, don't forget to use code POST in your item shop as soon as Chapter 3 loads up to help support me. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Roughly 90% of you guys that watch the content aren't subscribed. So tap the subscribe button, it would mean the world to me, ready for Chapter 3. So we're jumping in, and you can see, first off, the Cube Queen starts to open up the sky. This was the start of the event, and you start to see there aren't just one giant UFO, which we had in the original kind of season 7. There's another one, and there are thousands out there. And then they start sending in mini, I guess, UFO ships, which start flying around, and you can take these guys out with your weapon, or attempt to. They just never get destroyed. But they look so big. They look like really big. They didn't look this big in game, and also the UFOs look a lot smaller. But I guess that's because it's a different reality. As she opens up the 0 point world that we're in, the current loop, she opens it up to the outer space. And it's pretty cool to see that she's attempting to do this, obviously, with her power. And they're aware, IO and the 7, that there's something underneath the island, because they come in later on, and we'll talk about that as we get to it. But you can see Blevin tries his best to hold up against all of this, and he's just not strong enough to hold against all of this. There's a lot of force happening here. There are so many powers coming, and Blevin can just not hold it. So he loses that, and he's just not strong enough. He's a strong cube, but not strong enough for all of this firepower. There's so much going on. It's crazy. You can see I'm getting a few hit markers on the ships there. We've got loads of ships all traveling all over right now. It's like almost season 7 all over again, but even worse. Look at the amount of, just look how many ships there are in the sky. Imagine if that turned up on season 7. I think I would be definitely a bit worried. But now, at this point, I was super worried. I'm thinking, what's going to happen next? You got the giant ship up there. You got all of these UFOs. We have to come up with a way of defending the island and protecting ourselves. So you see, the Cube Queen is trying her best to kind of just open the sky as much as possible to end the reality and summon all of these in here to just create another breeding ground for her and her kind of species, the cubes. So she's trying her best to summon everything. She gets the trespassers. They start coming through these gold doors. They appear. They're a lot weaker than the Battle Royale version, just to let you guys know. These guys definitely don't seem as strong. They can get taken out quite easily. But, you know, they're not really meant to be eliminating you. You know, I actually don't get eliminated. In this scene here, you see your weapon gets abducted by one of the UFOs, which I think was super cool. I hope they do return them UFOs one day as well. They're one of my favorite things ever in Fortnite. And you can see your weapon gets taken off, and all of your friends around are getting eliminated. Look, they're all just getting absolutely taken out. They're not actually getting eliminated out of the game. They do get taken out on your screen, similar to what happened during the Season 7 event. I actually don't get eliminated. My one just kind of pulls me out of it because I don't actually get hit by any of these. I don't know if that happens to you. Let me know in the comments if that happened to you. Did you not get hit by any of this? Because I generally did not get hit by anything, guys. Let me know if that happened to you. And leave a like button if you haven't already. And let me know what color it changes. Just tap the like button while we're loading to this. And Blevin, sadly, he just gets wiped out by one of these, the mini UFOs. Like, how did one of these, the abductors ships, just absolutely take out Blevin with one kind of charge? I don't know, and I was really sad to say goodbye to Blevin. So Rip to him, he does get taken out right there, and this is about halfway through the event now, just under halfway through. We're about 5 minutes in, so that's kind of cool. And you can see everything goes into a cutscene, and this is where things really start to get interesting. We see we're at the Imagined Order stuff, and they have to escape the area because, you know, they need to get out of here because everything is going crazy. Jonesy is being controlled or mind controlled. I don't know if that's because he's in the loop with that system or something else. No one really knows. You know what happens to heroes, and he's like, they live to fight another day, and he said, not this time, do it. And he's like, send them back into, I think he sends him back in or something into some sort of state. I don't know what Sloane's actually doing to him here. I do enjoy it. She says, like, the plan and stuff. Would someone see what this is? And then someone breaks in, and it's the Foundation who comes to save Jonesy, which is super cool. And he's super powerful. He has these like gloves that instantly eliminates people. This IO guard just gets absolutely trashed. It lets Jones out of this system which he's attached to, and then Sloane's like, impossible, I watch you die. And you see, I got over it. Foundation, it's the Rock. He reveals himself, he blocks a bunch of bullets, clones it, and Jonesy's absolutely buzzing right now. And he's like, you promised me Geno. So we still don't know who Geno is at this point in the storyline. So this is a really interesting point to point out. You know, Geno, we don't know who it is. IO guards are going crazy. They're all trying to hunt down Jones and the Rock. You see, okay, it's obviously he goes with a great plan and just takes on these, you know, with his armor and everything. These IO guards have no chance. You can see he absolutely trashes them, eliminates them again with his powerful gloves, and also gives Jones his pistol, which might be a mythical weapon, or maybe even his weapon, his main gun could be. And he starts trashing the 0 point here to disabilize it, completely disable it. And you can see Jones is using his weapon. He absolutely loves it. It's a really cool weapon. It one-shots people. Definitely something I'd love in BR, so please add that in Fortnite. It's going to be super cool. And he's like trying to get it done as quickly as possible, but he does take out these IO guards okay. And he does a good job, to be fair, Jones. And now he's on like the main console. So Jones goes over to that, and he has to kind of recalibrate it to turn the island upside down. And to be honest, check that out. That one-shot thing kind of like sucks everyone into a rift. Let's just rewatch that weapon, how cool that rifle is. It's actually awesome. Like, one shot from this, it's kind of like a rift gun. It sucks them all into a rift, into a different reality, which is super awesome. Jones figures it out, and then he figures out everything that goes on, and obviously this causes the island to start turning. Initiate phase 2, and that begins here, and he summons in the Scientist and the Visitor. So anyone that owns these skins, you're a true OG, and they're probably two of the best skins ever in the game right now. And the Loopers have been located. That's a really cool Easter egg. They call the Islanders Loopers. That's their official name. You can see all the Islanders around here. They're about to get eliminated by Caretakers, but luckily the Scientist and the Visitor do save them. And there's a few different weapons you can actually notice here from a few of these. Let's wind it back a little bit. I'll show you guys a few of the different weapons that they have, which is pretty cool. So the first thing you see is they have like some sort of jetpack which allows them to land in, which is really cool. We've never seen that at that sort of degree in Fortnite. And then you start to see the first weapon, and that's on the Visitor with these repulsor style cannons he has like Iron Man, where he just beams all of the stuff. Then you see the hot potatoes, which actually go out from the Scientist and actually cause the bunker to open up. They're known as the hot potatoes in the files. That's their official name. And then you see the Visitor use it again, like his jetpack, to boost up. Then he drops a grenade, which looks like a hot potato as well, which is used as well, the same device, but used as an explosive device rather than a cutter. So he ends up going down here, and he says, follow me to the bridge, and obviously we all follow him in here. I was looking for Easter eggs in here. I saw all the weapons here on the left. That was really it. There wasn't anything too major there. They were all just standard major weapons inside of Fortnite, which we've had throughout many different seasons. So he arrives at his next destination, and he's like, let's get this door open. He uses some sort of crazy hologram system to access the door, which is one of IO's passcodes. He breaks into the IO facility. I don't know if he's working with IO or not, and he's in. So, you know, this is pretty cool. And you're kind of running through, and you see the island being tilted on the screens there. And that's one of the first Easter eggs. The other kind of minor Easter egg I noticed is they actually removed Captain America's shield from the side points inside this room, which is inside the IO base. I couldn't spot the shield. Did anyone else see Cap's shield? It is in the imposter mode, but it wasn't in here. And now you can see, obviously, the 15-degree rotation has begun. This is displayed on the screens as you keep going through, and you can see the Scientist using his strength to move the battle bus. He then mentions a water break soon, which kind of hints what's going to happen next in the event with the water. And you also see another hint what's going to happen next with the Caretaker approaching there. Jonesy's also on the right fighting in there against the IO guards, which is kind of cool. He's like, guys, what a day I am, right? He's like, he's crazy. And he also gets out his hot potatoes again, uses these to open the door. The same 4 he had before. Maybe the other one was a separate grenade, otherwise he'd be down to 3 right there. So maybe he had an extra one. Another little Easter egg to Epic Games. This is the Epic Center of the island. It's one one of the words the scientist uses for the center point, and then the rotation hits 45 degrees, and we are moving into the next phase. Listen to what the Foundation says here after Jones loses his gun. It's pretty crucial.
May have dropped it in the 0 point.
Why does she make me keep saving you? Why does she make me keep saving you?
Now, on the topic of the storyline, we assume this could either be Singularity or Paradigm, or both. There are rumors that these are the same character. Donald Mustard has also mentioned how Singularity is very important for the story. Could she be the leader of the Seven? It would make sense why she protected the island, maybe against the monster, but who knows? We don't really know yet. We need more information to confirm it, but a really cool Easter egg in theory.
Good, you made it. And you brought the loopers.
The surface is lost, but we should be safe here.
Warning. Rotation at 60 degrees.
You call this safe?
It'll hold. It's rated for 1,000 times atmospheric pressure.
And then as it keeps going on, we know what happens next. The caretaker does break in, and everything goes crazy. This was a reference earlier to needing a water break, and you do need a little bit of a water break after this, because you get sucked up to the surface. Not really much happens. You just kind of see the water go. Everything kind of blacks out. Same happens again. You end up getting to the top of the surface, and that is where it kind of finishes its end. The flip, for some reason, does eliminate the cube queen. We're not too sure why water is kind of the enemy of the cube. We don't really know why that is. Electricity and water don't really go well together anyway, but it's an interesting one to think that this is possibly why she got eliminated, because she's not kind of available to go in water, which is weird. You can see the second she touches the water, her entire kind of plan just instantly gets cancelled. It's like she's complete weakness to water. It's like her complete weak type. So pretty crazy that water just completely takes her out like that. Causes a massive wave and explosion over there. It closes all the portal, which is really mad as well. The last two ships, which is a really cool little Easter egg. You see these two ships that are still on the island just get completely crushed by the old Chapter 2 island there. It's weird to say Chapter 2 is old, but that is the way. And you can see it does crash into them. Chapter 2 begins to fold. You can even see a little bubble on the island on the left there, like kind of like a sideways zone. That's going to hit the water as well. And you see the brand new Chapter 2 island where you see a statue of the Foundation on the left, and also a brand new POI snow biome, sand biome, and a statue of the Foundation. The island does cause this massive wave, which is pretty cool, and this is what sends you back to, I guess, the loading screen ready for Chapter 3. And this comes in pretty quick, and everything's ready. It kind of zooms you in slowly, and that's kind of where that ends. But it's not over yet. There's another little Easter egg, kind of like a spoiler Easter egg. Not really too much of a spoiler, it's just little references. But there are going to be things floating in the water, and these are them items you can see on screen here. First off, it's going to be a shark, or possibly the smoothie of Peely. And then the other 4 items are actually going to be a Spider-Man style outfit, Jonesy's Rift Gun, they're probably like the main 2 in my opinion, and also a Zapatron and a sign from Tilted Towers when it was under, I guess, under attack supposedly, and they were like worried about it. So kind of cool, like really cool Easter egg, and just generally overall just some really cool references, and you know, a really cool little trailer and just entire lead up to the season. I guess it more was like a cinematic trailer as well as an event combined together, but it was so cool. I hope the Easter eggs have given you a good overview. Don't forget to go and use code POST in your item shop once Chapter 3 launches up to help support the channel here, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Leave a like as well and comment down below what you guys thought of the event, and if you noticed any other Easter eggs which I missed. And once again, this is Postbox Pat signing out.